religious insight so clear, a dizziness so sweet as to be believable. Jack Roosevelt Robinson. When I was young, I'd run pigeon-toed, hold my bat high, dance down third baseline, daring a pitcher to throw over, playing with fire, but I was no Jackie Robinson. I wasn't born on a cotton plantation in Cairo, Georgia. At 6 months old, my father didn't leave, 5 kids and a wife. But I, scrawny, mean, and lean, had to work hard, fight to play. I know something about being an outsider. So I slid hard, dug in when they threw at my head, because Jackie was my first hero. But by the time I meet him, he's gray, walks with a cane, nearly blind, and he's not even 50. He's gone at 53. So if I write pigeon-toed, hold my hands high, you know it's a blood-deep thing with me. That fire, that hard slide, the need to win, only outsiders know. Yeah. Well, thank you for that applause. And I'll end with this poem. It's called Rowing Across the Dark. This is the title of my third book. My morphine father spent the Depression holed up in a hotel trying to become a writer, but ended up spending 40 years climbing ladders. And at the top, he took out his paintbrush and painted church steeples and water tanks. You know, the center church steeples, the water tanks on the water in Chapel Street. That's what he used to do. Count the winter nights he'd come home, hands numb, his gaunt face frozen, afraid to say he'd been laid off. Tonight in morphine dreams he rows across the dark, where he lowers his line, and while the black lake licks the sides of his solitary boat, an 8-pound rainbow trout slaps through the air, glistening in moonlight, silver hook flashing through its upper lip. My father so far under, he doesn't feel a thing. It's been a beautiful evening for me to be around with my pal, Ray Anderson, and Giacomo Gates is in the back there, and a couple of former mayors, and Joe and Matt, and the Wild Bunch from the Giant Valley Polo Club. We got here on our tour bus, and so I don't know if anybody has any questions or any answers, but if anybody, it's like this wedding, it's your time to speak, but if not, I'll just turn the mic over to whomever. Anybody? Okay, well, there's a hand, so I can't see out there. Yeah.
With all of the poetry, how do you stay so dashing and handsome? What is your secret? I'm looking for some tips.
Well, there is a secret process. There is and I'm not sure Matt would want me to reveal it. But Matt has, I think he got them in his last stay in Japan, and they're these wonderful sort of spiked shoes, but the spikes are rubber, and he's so wonderful when he walks on my back, and it's sort of violent. Actually, I think what keeps me interested, or whatever the hell I am, is I have a good time, whatever I do. if nothing's happening, then I sort of get into trouble. Because something has to happen. Yes.
Is there any way to induce you to read another poem?
Well, let me say this.
Neruda?
Oh yes, I love that.
First of all, this is my my physician.
You're a sick man.
I told you. He tells me I have this terminal disease, and I felt terrible. But then he told me everybody has this terminal disease. That our around time will be limited. So, might as well have a good time while you're here. So, about this thing, this request, I normally don't do requests unless someone asks me. But in your case, all right, this is a poem called Neruda. This goes back a long way. In fact, back in our Mexican days, our Mexico days, because he was on his way to Mexico after the overthrow of Chile. It's called Neruda. They've taken the poet's hand and chained it to the bed of the ocean where he dreams of blood. He was standing by the window looking across the ocean when the lights went out. When the lights went out, people pretended to be asleep. But the heart of the poet stopped. The poet dreams of stars at the bottom of the ocean. The poet's body is empty. If you hold it to your ear, you'll hear the ocean. You'll hear how a man sounds as his life leaves his body. It's an old song you'll never forget. So let's... I can't tell if anybody has a hand up, or because it's sort of dark over there. No? No. Okay. Well, thanks. Can you hear me now? So I want to thank you for a wonderful evening, an amazing turnout, a lot of beautiful faces, people I haven't seen in a long time. And in fact, if I were going to have a wake, I imagine this is what it sort of might be, but I'm not going to have a wake. I do not want to give anybody reason to rejoice. But we have taken your names, and when I do die, I will be cremated, and my ashes will be placed in little pepper shakers and sent to your homes. Thank you.